Okay, it looks like we are live. It's not going to be a camera-based stream today, because I'm currently in the process of dropping my younger sister off at university. Let me make sure I press on the right thing. Hold on. I'm in the process of dropping my sister off at university, and I got a new build today, so I want to check on it, make sure it's good, make sure we've got something. I'm optimistic about this one, very much, very optimistic about this build actually. I'm very much hoping that this is a build where we all get to go home. Um, not, not in the literal sense, obviously, but we'll see if anyone comes through. If they do, awesome. If not, it's fair enough. It's just a playtesting stream. It's not really one where anyone. It's not really one where anyone would get to play along with it, so that's fine. Update, and we go from there. Make a copy of the current revisions doc. Now, because I'm not at my normal setup, there's a couple things I can't do. Like, for example, I can't put the revision notes on the screen, but that's okay. We'll live without them. Let me update it on my other phone as well so that there's something to play against. And yeah, that's it. If I can, what's the audio, Chief? The audio, what's wrong? What does it sound like? What does it sound like? I'm not in my ordinary setup, so if there's an audio issue, I wouldn't know about it. This isn't a tested setup. It sounds like a phone call, you say. Let's see here. Let's see. Is that any better or no? Let's see what else we can tweak in our settings. My mic audio should be coming from properties. Oh, there it is. Caught it. Thank you very much, George. I appreciate that. I was just using the wrong microphone. Because this is the first time this one's ever been plugged into my setup. So it was just straight up using my computer's thing. All right. So thank you for catching that. We head on in. And yeah, we go from there. Yeah, audio is hella important, right? One of the first things I ever figured out as a content creator. Also, Axel, how you doing, friend? What's good? But yeah, this is going to be. I would love to be able to say, oh yeah, this is going to be a short one. This isn't going to take very long. My aim is to try and have this done in an hour max, so that because I'm currently I'm away. I'm in the process of dropping my little sister off at university. Very first thing I want to check. Okay, it looks like the cards do in fact have the correct card data menus. I think I need to check each subset one by one. So basically, there was a bug in the game where if you clicked on a card and you clicked on the information icon for that card, you would always, without a doubt, get the information for the generic subset, or it's not really a subset, just for generic cards, right? When doing that, it was almost guaranteed. So it's like, okay, let's make sure that isn't still happening. So the generic cards over here. Yep, so generic cards don't belong to a group or subset. They don't have synergy ratings, and so it can be used in any deck regardless of your overall deck composition. Perfect. That's working the way that it should. Let's check the Wandering subset now. Wandering subset. Perfect. The Wandering subset's main strategies involve tributing the rank 1 avatars in a player's deck to give the other avatars from the group great effects. This subset plays by changing the location of cards on the board for both offensive and defensive purposes. Beautiful. Gear Tomb, what's poppin'? How you doing, friend? We are literally just going over a new build from the Pakistan team. To see the Forest Guard sub. Okay, now that a couple months later, looking at this is just a wall of text that needs to be shortened. The Forest Guard subset is a versatile group of cards that focuses on using runes to gain advantages through the use of forest counters. This allows them to control the flow of gameplay. The Forest Guard subset is it's just doubled. Why is it okay? So that's the first thing. Why is the Forest Guard subset's text box doubled? We are at 4 minutes in. the text for the Forest Guard subset is doubled. The text for the Forest Guard subset is doubled. That was like 430, just so I can narrow it down for myself. Okay. Next, chilling, enjoying my off time. Hey, nice. You got some time off work. We love to see it. Have you thought of using keywords like magic? We have keywords already. We have, so for example, if I were to, we have keywords for these things for status conditions, right? So, for example, let's say you have a burn, right? This card increases the attack of another wandering avatar by 200. Cool. It cannot attack directly. Ignite the affected card, which just means you lose some attack and defense over a period of time. And if you click on this, it tells you exactly what that keyword means, right? So ignited. Cards that are ignited lose 50 attack and defense immediately, and then lose 50 attack and defense at the start of each turn for the next 2 turns. We've got a couple of things like that, right? Right? Oh, I'm off work. All right. Oh, no. Wait. Come back. Wait. Keywords like magic can get annoying. The beautiful thing about this is the fact that if you click on a keyword, it'll just tell you what it is. So if you already know the rules of the game, you just read this, boom, you know it, you understand it. If you don't know what fortified means, you click this, and yes, you have a little bit of extra reading to do, but now you know what fortified means, so the next time you see the word fortified, you don't have to do anything. You can just see it there, and you go along with your day, right? So yeah, we've checked the Forest Guard subset, we checked the Wandering subset. The next subset to check is the Ancient Beast subset. So, Ancient Beasts. The Ancient Beast subset focuses on summoning rider tokens. By destroying their opponent's avatars in battle, they defeat their opponents with overwhelming board presence and battle-oriented effects. Beautiful. They're just the beater subset. They are just the beat-down subset. Reapers. Beautiful bastards. The Reaper subset focuses on an all-out offensive approach using battle destruction effects and board manipulation to maintain an advantage and clear the field of enemy avatars in rapid succession. Beautiful. So Luxus, what's good, my man? How you doing on this beautiful? What day is it today? I don't actually. I think, is it Friday? It's either Friday or Thursday. Whatever day of the week it is. I hope you're doing good. Iron Kappas, a balanced subset of attack and defense-oriented avatars. They ignore the rules of priority by making use of mandatory effects and other unique mechanics to activate their effects one after the other. Beautiful. Valiants, right? Well, old Magic cards told you what the keyword does. Nowadays, they don't. Well, that's annoying. I was scared I might see too many keywords. Oh yeah, no, 100%. I nipped that in the bud immediately. Once I knew I was doing keywords, I knew that we had to hotspot the keywords somehow. Valiants, a subset of defense-oriented avatars. They focus on disrupting the chain of momentum mechanic to prevent strong avatars from overwhelming a player's line of defense in a single turn. I am predicting that this subset is going to need to be buffed already, right? I buffed them once because basically how the Valiants work is it's a subset of 3 cards, synergy rating 3, which means basically every deck in the game can play this as a supplementary deck, right? And how it works is you summon these cards in your defense zone and they're just supposed to protect you. They're these Valiant centaurs that are supposed to protect you from attacks. But the only one that anyone ever used was Damien the Valiant, because what he says is when your opponent declares an attack, if this card would be destroyed by that battle, negate the attack. All right? So that means normally if I attack with the monster, the first monster that I swing with, let's say if I have 2 monsters, right? Each card can only declare 1 attack per turn. So let's say I swing with my first monster, destroy the cards that you have defending yourself, and then I swing with my second monster and attack you directly. Well, Dario by himself says, hey, the first attack that gets declared on me gets negated. So the second attack will destroy me, but at that point, your opponent is not able to do anything to you. So Damien by himself is better than a wall of defenders, assuming your opponent only has 2 attackers, right? So you would just summon Damien by himself and you're good, right? The problem is the other 2 were more or less useless. And they have a mechanic that says, okay, when a card attacks, let's say there are 3 monsters in a row. I attack the first one. It doesn't stop there. I am then forced to attack the second one and the third one until either I am destroyed or all other cards on the field are destroyed. So you would go 1, 2, 3. Well, Dariel and Damien both have an effect that says, if you destroy me as 1, you are not allowed to make a chain to attack 2 and 3. You get the fatigued status effect, where cards that are fatigued cannot form a chain of momentum. So it's like, okay, the battle stops there. But what you immediately realize, and why that's kind of ass, is because, well, I just won't attack you first. I just won't attack you first. I'll just attack someone else then. And like, there's some setup that you can do with cards like Baby Orc to force your opponent to attack this card first or something like that. But a buff that I'm just preempting might need to happen is this card. These cards may also need to have an ability to trigger the status effect priority, which focuses your opponent, which forces your opponent to attack them first. If a card has a priority status effect, then they get attacked before any other card in that area. So we might need to combine priority with fatigue in order to actually make this good, right? But yeah. This is a hella good idea, especially if it's going to be online only. Exactly, right? Just to take advantage of the medium that the game is in. Is there like an in-game glossary? Would be helpful if there isn't. There will be, but I feel like that will come later, because any card effect that you need, the glossary will be there once all of the status effects are in. Right now, the only status effects you really need to know are the ones that appear on the working cards, so it's easier to just have the cards themselves tell you. I got distracted. What was I doing again? Right, checking the windows. Up next, the Wyvern subset. Designed by Soluxus, a subset of small. Why am I getting a phone call? It's my sister. Hello, my beautiful and loving sister. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. I'm streaming, but to talk to me. What's poppin'? No, it's all good. Well, I think the plan is to order in. And hang out at the Airbnb. Yeah, but Mo's already left the house, so you still do need to let her know then. Yeah. All right, bless. Love you, sis. Bye. All right. She's in uni now. I cried today, man. I cried today. Like, it was the sweetest thing. So my little sister has asthma. I have asthma. My little sister has asthma. My younger brother has breathing problems. My older sister's the only one who doesn't have breathing problems, right? And being the doofus that she is, she didn't bring her inhaler with her to uni, and so she had a really hard time the first night at the accommodation. We're staying for a couple of days to help her settle in, and so everyone was like, okay, my dad was like, I'm gonna drive home. We have to go. He was gonna do a 4-hour drive tonight to go home and get her inhaler. And then my sister was like, oh wait, no. What if we take her into urgent care or like A&E and get them to give her one by looking up her NHS history? And I didn't want to say anything because I wasn't 100% sure. We got to the accommodation and I just went through my bag. And I pulled out a spare inhaler because for the last 3 years, I have always kept a spare inhaler for her in my bag because she plays lacrosse and she always forgot to take it with her. And so just because I knew she wouldn't back then, I just had to do it for her. And so I always have an inhaler on me, specifically for her prescription and everything. And it was a moment where it's like, damn, at first I was sad because it was like, oh, she doesn't need me to do this for her anymore, right? Like, oh my good, like I cried at that point because it's like, oh, like damn, like she's on her own now. And then while it is still like, oh yeah, she's growing up, I'm a little bit sad, but at the same time, she still forgot the inhaler. Like I felt like, oh, she doesn't need me anymore. But no, she still does. It's just, it's different. Our dynamic is changing. She's becoming more independent. But yeah, that was just a very wholesome thing that happened today. Because yeah, the kid's growing up. But yeah. Oh yeah, so Luxus helped design this archetype. It's a control deck, obviously, as you can tell. You know Soluxus, right? Good to hear all as well. No, honestly, I'm proud of that kid. Like she's my little sister's everything, man. But yeah, is there a story mode? Yes, there is a story mode. We're working on having there be AI battles, but that's not something that's going to be ready in the open beta. So the story mode will actually be locked off in the open beta. Also, I've got an update for the open beta, but I don't want to speak on it until I'm 100% sure. Then I'll talk about it. But yeah, designed by Soluxus, a subset of small rank 1 and rank 2 avatars that use their effects to manipulate the game state. Following the activation of their effects, these cards return themselves to the resource deck unless used alongside the deck's leading rank 3 avatar. So yeah, it is a very much control-based deck. Like for example, I believe it is. I believe it's Aquos that has the pushback ability. No, Ventus has the pushback ability. So what this card says is, return a rank 1 or 2 avatar on the field to its point of origin, which basically means, oh hey, your opponent summoned a card and moved it all the way across the board to attack you with. Push it back. Say no. Just go back to where you started from. But he can only do that once, and then this card over here is like, oh, just isolate a card on the field. You want to move. The isolate status condition says you are not allowed to move or attack, right? So cards that are isolated cannot move or battle for the rest of this turn. So it's like, oh, hey, you wanted to do stuff? No. So that's what this deck kind of says. Let's move on to the Arias. Let's see here. Co-designed by Soluxus, another one that he helped me work on. We had to restructure this one from the ground up to sort of help it fit the theme better. But I love the way that the subset turned out. It actually turned into a tier 0 strategy while we were still testing. So we had to... Actually, I don't think we nerfed this deck. I think we... You know what's crazy? This deck was part of a tier 0 strategy, and I don't think we actually nerfed the deck. We nerfed the deck that was part of the tier 0 strategy. That was the other half of it. I think that these cards actually got buffed because they got some stats added to them. But this deck follows the strict rules of turn structure to achieve respectable effects, including the application of various status conditions. That is correct. Up next is the Daemons, which no one... Okay, you know what? The Daemons have the sickest card art, in my opinion. The Daemon cards, I'm using them... There's a Kickstarter that's coming, and I use these guys on the cover because their card art is just sick. It's just sick, right? But no one plays them, and I really want that to change. This subset focuses on pairs of avatars consistently generating high attack or defense values during each turn with extremely low synergy requirements. This is literally the no Aria nerf or I riot. hey, fairs, right? Like these guys are synergy rating 2. They can fit into any deck in the game and you still have room to put other stuff. I think the highest synergy rating in the game currently is 8. So these guys can go anywhere, right? And the idea behind it is you put two of these cards on the field, and what they say is that they're paired together, right? So I believe North and South work together. So this is South and this is North, right? So the first effect is Inheritance of the Oni. If you control another Daemon avatar, this card gains 200 attack until the end of this turn. Okay, well the other, and they both have the exact same effects, right? You have two pairs that both have the same effects. This one says Blood Pact. If you control another Daemon avatar, boost that card's original attack by 200. So these two cards do the exact same thing, and then these two do the same thing, except they do it for defense instead of attack. So the idea is, you have one of them, have it boost its own attack to 200, then have the other one boost it by another 200, and you have one 400 attack monster on the field, which is sick. The problem, though, is that unlike, and this is why no one plays them, every other deck in the game, every other card in the game can use its effects by itself, for the most part, right? Whereas with these, the second you do not have another Daemon avatar on the field, whichever Daemon avatar you have is useless, which means that on turn 1, you wouldn't put these in your resource deck because you draw cards from your resource deck one by one and you draw them randomly. So if you randomly draw one and you don't already have another, you've just drawn a dead card, which means that if you want to play this deck, it needs to take up 2 spaces in your starting hand. That way you guarantee that you have 2 of them ready to use together at the beginning of the game. But most strategies are not able to give up 2 of the 5 avatars in the starting hand, which is why these guys see no play, and it makes me so sad, so angry. It makes me so sad because like it's such a fun like combo thing that they do. But yeah, do they have the highest stat boost of all other sets? Actually, I think they might. I don't think any other deck just has a pure, hey, boost by 200 all at once, right? And not actually, Forest Guard might be able to compete with that because they have a card named Entity, which can technically boost itself. It has 150 attack. It can technically boost itself by 300 attack per turn, but only if both players control 3 runes, right? It says however many runes are on the field, increase my attack by that much. So if you have 3 runes and your opponent has 3 runes, then yeah, he gets a 300 boost. But let's say you have 2 and your opponent has 1, he gets a 150 boost, so on and so forth. Aria's boost isn't that big. The Aria boost is only 100. What makes you feel the benefits of the Aria boost is that the Arias say every time an Aria monster is summoned, it gains 100. So it's 100 in multiple places rather than being a lot in one place, right? Rather than having like 300 in one place, the Aria say, hey, every single time one of us is summoned, give it 100 attack or 100 defense, right? If you need 2 specific cards for a massive stat boost that make it more to draw people to play, it might be. Wait, if you need 2 specific cards for a massive stat boost that makes it more to draw people. That makes it more to draw people to play it, maybe. I mean, from what I've seen so far, no, because every deck has a solid strategy that it does. Then make it more likely to draw. The thing is, no, it's all good. Minor subsets don't have any runes because they're minor subsets. That's the idea, is that they themselves are like subset specific generic avatars. So they, unlike the major subsets like Wandering and Gladiators, they have no dedicated runes, which means they have no draw power inherent to themselves. So if you have a deck with a lot of draw power, I can see how they'd be good in that. But other than that, it is up in the air, right? Can you deck out, and do you lose if you do? Nope. If you run out of cards in your resource deck, then you just don't draw a card during the draw phase like your opponent does. You're actually incentivized to draw your cards faster if you can manage it. So yeah, that is also true. They have no inherent protection. So if they get destroyed by something, then yeah, they're just gone. The benefit, though, is that, and this is why they're so good. No, they're so good because, quite frankly, they are broken, in my opinion. The Daemons are broken because think about it like this, right? These guys can do this each turn, and then at the end of the turn, their stats go back to 0. So I can boost one of them by up to 400 attack. The other one stays at 0. That one at 400 attack can take on a 150 stat monster, and a 250 stat monster or 200 stat monster by itself. And as long as it survives, on the next turn, it gets to boost up to 400 again. Do you get what I mean? As in, like, it's just so much power. And same thing on defense, right? As long as one of them survive, as long as both of them survive, you will have 400 added stats to your field every single turn, right? So yeah, there's only 10 cards in the deck. This really is a fast-paced game. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. You have your deck total is 20 cards. You have 10 avatars, 10 runes, right? So you have 10 avatars to battle with. It is quick. It is quick. It is speedy. What button? Oh, I pushed the wrong button. Okay, so where was I? The last one that we checked was the Daemons. Let's check out the Swamp Dwellers. This is one of my favorite card designs. Like, I know it's hard to read. I feel bad in that I chose aesthetic over practicality because every rank 3 avatar in the game comes out of its card in some way. Like, if I filter for rank 3, if I filter for rank 3, and I just, let's take out the marked variants actually, standard, right? Why did I... What? There's something wrong with the filter system. I have not filtered for the Valiant subset. Why is it showing me this? All right, let's refresh. Let's try that again. Rank 3, standard. Yeah, no, there is something wrong with the filter system. Okay, so that's 23 minutes in. 23 minutes in. Something wrong with the filter system in deck editor /catalog. Okay, so that was weird. But yeah, no. So each rank 3 card comes out of its card in some way, right? Like you see how his lance and his helmet sticks out of the card. I guess I can't filter for standard rarity. But Ryu, his tail and his wing, right? His tail over here, his wing over here comes out of the card. You've got Omnis with his whole freaking wing out of the card, which I love. You've got Bro with his hand sticking out, the scythe and everything. Hadrian might actually be my favorite one. Hold on. Hadrian is sick. Where's standard Hadrian? I don't see. Oh, here he is. Right? The shield and the spear sticking out. Oh, it's sick. It's sick. Hadrian might be my favorite one. But I did that with him because with his art, there wasn't that much more I could do other than to have him just slam down on the thing. And it looks sick. And if you tap on this, you do still get to learn the names of the abilities. It's just, I chose aesthetic over practicality there 100%. Put my hands up and I'll say that. The Aria rank 3 is your favorite pop-out effect? Merides, right. What does Merides pop-out actually look like? I don't remember. I made these all, I think over a year ago at this point. Yeah, the hat sticking out and everything. Fair play. Right? Okay, I was checking Swamp Dwellers. A subset of cards that maintain their field presence by summoning powerful cards from their hand and grave. Their most powerful effects can only be used once per contest. Beautiful. Gladiators. Right? The deck size makes a 1200 Nexus Gaze makes way more sense. Oh, absolutely, right? It's a very contained game, right? The alt Merides. I'll check that in a sec. The Gladiator subset resolves around combat between Gladiator cards. They achieve this by converting other cards on the field into Gladiator cards through the use of the inducted status condition, and you can see that right over here. Induct. Cards that are inducted are treated as being members of the targeted subset in addition to their pre-existing one. This condition is permanent unless the effect states otherwise. So basically, their effects will say something like, hey, when 2 Gladiator cards battle, your Gladiator card becomes fortified. But if your opponent isn't playing a Gladiator deck, then that's useless. Well, with the inducted status effect, let's say you're playing against a Wandering deck. If you induct that Wandering avatar, it is now a Wandering avatar and a Gladiator, and then you beat them up, right? It's a very fun strategy. It's a very technical deck, which I love. It's one of my favorites. It's quite slow, though, because that means to achieve with every other deck, it's you need one activation and then you get your effect. But for each effect that they carry out, they inherently require at least 2 activations. One to induct the opponent's card into their subset, and then the other to actually do whatever it is you wanted to do, right? So it's very resource heavy is what I would say. What was I looking for? The Arias, alternate Vespera, alternate Merides. Oh shoot, yeah, I forgot about her. I think she might be actually one of the most unique ones that I did. Because I had her music cover the card itself. Yeah, no, that's sick. Alright, up next. The Minotaurus subset. I was about to call it the Minos subset, right? And the highest attack value monster fights first. Yeah, the highest attack monsters fight first on the field, which means, so back to the Daemon subset strategy, the card with 0 attack, so let's say I have 2 Daemon avatars, both of them are in the assault zone. The one at 400 would be the one to attack first. He would clear out the monsters, and in an ideal world, the one with 0 attack would never need to attack, so it wouldn't get destroyed. I'm telling you, that subset is fire. A subset of rank 2 cards that focuses on offense. They attack the opponent's defense zone multiple times in a single turn in an effort to attack them directly after destroying even a single card. They all have this ability called Boss Rush, which says when this card attacks a card in the defense zone, it gains the guard break status. Cards with the guard break status condition must attack a player directly after battling and destroying a card in their defense zone. The affected card is then sent to the graveyard. So basically, normally when you attack a defense position monster, that's it. Either you destroy that monster and then you can't attack them directly after destroying their monster. Well, the guard break condition says, hey, destroy their monster and carry on. Break through the guard and attack them directly. But then you yourself die after the fact, right? So it sort of forces you to do that like a bull charging, right? Do you think this game could be good in a draft format, or is it too tribal heavy? You know what? I have actually thought a lot about that. There are going to be draft formats in this game, but let me tell you how it's going to work, right? Let's say that there's a new card that comes out, or there's a new subset that comes out, and we want to do an event where you can do a draft format for that deck. All right, well, we will have a room that you go into, or a page that you go into, and each player will be able to do a pack where they get guaranteed 5 cards from that subset that will be in their opening hand, right? It'll be a random 5 cards that you get, and it guarantees, you will be guaranteed to be able to meet that deck synergy requirements, and then everything else in the deck will be random, because only the 5 cards in your hand need to have that active synergy, right? So to use these guys as an example, this guy has a synergy rating of 4. That means you would need to have 4 cards from my subset in your deck for me to work. So whatever the lowest synergy rating is, that's how many cards you would be guaranteed for that deck that we're testing. And then the rest would just be random cards, and you would do a draft like that. The pool for the draft, though, would be limited to minor subsets. That way you are more likely to get cards with good synergy and generic cards. So there would be a custom pull for it to allow for that to happen. If the synergy system was removed for the draft format, it would work and be really hype. I've thought about that, and so that will be its own type of event, right? There will be its own type of event where it's like, oh yeah, like synergy lock or synergy, whatever it is, and we turn off synergy ratings. But there will also be like, just to allow people to test a new deck potentially, or to have like a special tournament where it's like, oh hey, it's a draft format tournament. We will have that be the alternative, right? It's a really cool idea. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's that. I'm pretty sure I checked this already, so let's move on to the Harpies. And then after this, we're done, and I can confirm that the very first thing on the list has been fixed. So 1 out of everything so far. This subset is a group of rank 2 avatars that focuses on dealing direct damage to or refilling a player's Nexus gauge when they battle. Their effects also assist them in maintaining their board presence. This subset, so far in testing, everyone thought was ass. I really tried to make it work, but no one vibed with it. This is, oh my goodness, the Asylum subset is the sleeper pick of the century. Once you have more graveyard-based effects, I'm telling you, this deck will pop off, because they have the ability to shut down the graveyard. In fact, already, they have some effects that can shut down your plays. Right, this guy down here, Cerberus. I love all the versions of Cerberus. I love all Mosaic Cerberus. I love all Black Cerberus. I love regular Cerberus. I'm not in love with variant Cerberus, but I can see the idea behind it. And Bro's effect is Purgatory. While this avatar is on the field, cards in the graveyard cannot be summoned or returned to either player's hand. So let's say you're up against the Wandering subset, you cannot use Tuertion's Bound. Tuertion's Bound says, hey, if I get destroyed, add me back to your hand. He's like, no, you stay in the graveyard, right? They have a card that allows you to recover cards from the graveyard. He says, no, you stay. And the beauty of it is, if you time his use correctly, because let's say you want to use a rune to fish a card out of the graveyard, but he summoned on the same turn that your opponent set the rune, that's it. That rune is useless now, right? There's so much strategy. Around how this deck will function. That being said, they are all asked in a very unique and distinct way. Where do I actually have it listed? Where is it listed on these cards? I don't remember. But basically, this is the first deck to have a passive effect, where basically how it works is, if a single one of the Asylum subset cards is destroyed on the field, all of them blow up. Every single one. If you have 5 cards and one gets destroyed and sent to the graveyard, they all die immediately. And there's ways around this. Like, for example, if they're sent to the graveyard instead of being destroyed, then that doesn't count. So they have cards that send them to the graveyard when they're about to be destroyed, or remove them from the game when they're about to be destroyed, or protect them for a little bit. But then, it's different. Cerberus is a good boy. He's the best boy. I never gave up on Harpies. No, see, here's the thing. I respect the dedication, but they ass. With the right support, what we never tested. What we never did in testing was Harpies plus Ancient Beasts, and I really think Harpies and Ancient Beasts could cook together. So yeah, the Asylum subset is a group of avatars that focuses on disrupting and preventing effects that revolve around the Nexus and Grave. Due to its relationship with the Nexus, none of the avatars in the subset are support type. However, all of them have a dual typing to make up for this. So yeah, this is a, and they all have solid stat lines. Like they are all one, rather than being like 150-0 like some other cards might be. It's like no 150-150, 150-150. The boss monster has the same stats as Ryu, 250-250. Right? And technically, this isn't even the boss monster. The boss monster doesn't come out until a later set, right? Wait, didn't I break Harpies with Ancient Beast, or was that Aria? No, that was Aria. That was Ancient Harmony. That was the tier 0 strategy, right? That's the one that got nipped in the bud. Okay, so we have confirmed that point number 1 has been resolved. Now we can start testing some gameplay. That was fun though. That was fun to go through. Okay, so the first things that we need to check are actually cosmetic based. Well, I say cosmetic based. We need to make sure that Silenus actually works, and then make sure that his cosmetics are in place, right? I have the wrong. Wait, what? What the hell just happened? I guess I'll have to watch that back. I do not know what just happened, but it took me to the wrong place, and now I have lost the option to navigate through the app. So 35 minutes in, app glitched and took me to wrong place. And removed navigation options. Yeah, that was just weird. Yeah, and everything else is well and truly gone, so I guess we just have to restart. And yeah, we go from there. Right? Wait, what? Oh, wait, Tyler, are you in the process? Are you trying to play? Because I think that might be what it is. I think it tried to hop into a game with you, but because you are on an older build, the game bugged out because I did it on my second phone, and it let me into the game, but it immediately glitched out again over there, right? So I think it's that. Also, this is the wrong deck. I need the Forest Guard deck. Actually, I need to change it again. Wait, you're not trying to play? So then who did I just get into a game with? What the hell? Who else has the thing? You know what? Never mind. Maybe it wasn't that then. I need the Forest Guard deck, but I also need Silenus in my opening hand, please and thank you. I'm testing Silenus, I'm testing Lilith. So let's get Silenus out. Let's get Lilith out. I'm testing Minos, who is here. I'm testing Sage, who is here. Perfect. So we don't need Forge, and we don't need Dryad. So we will replace them in the deck. Put you in resource. Put you in resource. Put you in hand. And last but not least, the bestest boy in all the deck, puts you in hand. Beautiful. All right, let's do this again. There we go. All right, yeah, I have no idea what happened there. That was a weird time to be alive. All right, I am nervous to try this because I am so scared that it won't work. But we're going to set off Forest Wall. So we are testing Silenus. He wasn't working at all in the previous build, and we are also going to test Forest Guard Startup. We'll kill all the birds with a single stone. We'll test you as well, and then let's just put down a random rune so we get as many counters as possible off of this. And push end on the other screen. Oh, I just remembered if this game is playable on PC, why not just upload the game to itch? I don't know much about it. I see a lot of games on there. It can be mobile on PC. So this game is mobile exclusive, at least for the initial release. I'm planning on potentially doing a Steam client for it later on, but at the outset, all of the work that has been done is purely based around nice, Nice, please. Please. Yes! Oh, he didn't stop working. He didn't stop working. There is a problem. His effect, the VFX is not continuing, right? His VFX should still be showing up, right? His VFX should still be showing up. But at the very least, he did not freeze the game. Let's Forest Guardian and let's also center stage and just see what happens. We can incinerate as well. That way we have another counter on. Let's incinerate you. Oh, sorry. Let me move the mic away. That's my bad. Apologies. The mic is quite close to where I am. Okay, so their VFX are not lasting, but they are appearing. Apparently, Steam has a $100 gamble on if you get enough traffic or not. I mean, I have no idea about any of that. Yeah, sure, let's attack, right? I'm sure BlueStacks would work, but right now it's mobile only. Yeah, you can play it on BlueStacks, right? It's just, yeah, it's mobile forward. Okay, so destroy Selenis. Yes. Oh, I'm so scared. Please. Forest Wall activates. It works. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. It works. Forest Wall. That is one of the most important cards in the deck because it allows them to do their setup properly. There is one problem. Forest Wall's activation Selenis had only put down 2 counters that turn. So that means when Selenis activate, because we had 1 counter from Forest Guard startup, and we had 2 counters from... Yeah, we had 1 counter from startup and 2 counters, 1 from Selenis responding to Forest Guard startup and 1 from Selenis responding to Incinerate, which means that he did not respond with a counter, right? So two issues. 41, actually, let's say 40 minutes in. Selenis did not place a counter. Place a counter after the activation of Forest Wall. And then also before that, let's call it 39. Selenis, what's his name? Sage and Minos do not have their VFX applied continually like Reyes, for example. Okay, so Forest Wall protected me from destruction via card effect. Let's see if it can protect me from destruction via battle and what that looks like specifically. If it can, I will be very, very happy. So, oh, is it wave start? I'm just going to start over. I mean, hey, we may as well use this as an opportunity to test out Second Wind. Don't chain anything. Second Wind resolves. I should get a random rune on my field, and my opponent does see it. Very good. The rune that I got was Hibernation. Completely useless to me in this situation. Wait a second. Yeah, no, completely useless because I have no forest counters and no way to generate them. But yeah, what Kasai Gaming is saying is it costs 100 to deposit a game on Steam, but if your game does well, it's refunded. Fair. Oh, I get that. That makes perfect sense. I mean, I feel like that is a gamble I'd be willing to take once I got to the stage where we had a game ready to be put on Steam. Oh, wrong player. This is me. Quit. All right, so there is something though. There is something. When I use Second Wind, the card does just appear for my opponent rather than having the transition that cards are supposed to have when a rune is set. So I am actually going to note that. When on my opponent's screen, My opponent's screen, the card placed by second wind just appears instead of having the rune placement VFX. Okay. Let's test if Forest Wall protects from battle. Let's see if we are protected from destruction via battle when we use Forest Wall. I'm so glad that it works. I am so glad that it works. So that means the core strategy of the Forest Guard subset is fully functional now, right? Where you summon Silenus on turn 1, do a bunch of shenanigans, generate as many counters as you possibly can, and then cheat death using Forest Wall so you don't die that turn with Silenus. And then on the next turn, you generate another 6. So basically, you generate 3 counters on Silenus turn 1, 3 counters on him turn 2, and then on turn 2, you finally let Silenus die. Hopefully, you have a Goblin Forge at that stage. Either you fish Silenus out of the graveyard, or you just go from where you're at. I spent too much time talking. Okay, I need wall. I need startup. I need Silenus. And I need my opponent to attack me with the monster. Let's go Tuertian. End. And let's see what's popping. Let's see if this works. Oh, please, please, please. My opponent got turn priority this time. Nice. I will go... Tutelage literally doesn't matter here, actually. I don't need tutelage to test this. Leap is active. We activate Startup so that Silenus has a counter on him. And this is... So using this strategy, Silenus basically turns into Damien the Valiant, where he will survive the first battle, which means that your opponent requires 2 cards poised to attack in order to kill him. But if you combine this with Minos, it gets kind of nutty. Forest Wall. We remove the counter. Survey says, I survive. Okay, beautiful. We need to test something else now. Wait, is the game going to freeze? The game didn't freeze. Beautiful. We need to test what happens to the attack and defense of a card that is protected by Forest Wall, because it's not the same as being fortified. When you're fortified, you take no damage. When Forest Wall is what's protecting you, you still take the damage, my friend. So let's see what happens when we do it like this. We get Wall on the field, we get Startup on the field, and we get Tuertian on the field in the Assault. Right? We will not use Leap. That way we're actually able to be caught. We can start up from now. Don't Leap. Don't Forest Guardian. Movement phase 1 comes around. We get all up in his face. We don't Forest Guardian. Our opponent should swing into us here. And what? Actually, you know what? Let's Forest Guardian. Let's see what happens, right? So I would be at 200. We're tied. Now, my opponent swings into me. I Forest Wall. I should be taken to 0 attack. And my opponent should be left with 50. It takes a counter. I'm at 50. My opponent takes the damage, but I do not. That's a problem. Okay, it didn't freeze the game, which is good. So basically what's happening is I'm basically being fortified, which is not supposed to happen. I should still be taking the damage. It's just my opponent. I just don't get destroyed, right? So our time code is 48. On Forest Wall, I should still take the damage. I just don't get destroyed, right? I feel like I would make everyone's life easier if I allowed it. If I just made it so that you don't, so that you, if I just made it so that Forest Wall makes you fortified, but then that adds power to Forest Guard in a way that has not been tested and is not intended, which could in turn lead to the deck being broken. So I'm not going to do that. So yeah, but it is working. It is working, and I'm very happy about that. No, punish the players, make them hurt, give them nothing. I mean, as a developer, that's not exactly my approach. It's not exactly my strategy, but I can see where you're coming from. We've tested Minos. Minos' VFX are there. They're just not happening as they should. Selenis is working, and Selenis' VFX sort of work. Yeah. I just want to double check because Selenis and the others are supposed to have different VFX from each other. I really hope they haven't just given them the same VFX. Let's quit out of this one. Right? This is the official TGN Studio slogan. No, punish the players, make them hurt, give them nothing. You are ridiculous. But no, I don't know about a slogan for TGN as a whole, but the slogan for Nexus is going to be build the game you want to play. I have so many plans for how this game is going. This is going to be the most. If it goes the way I've planned it to, this game will be the most community focused or community oriented game that I would have ever played, or at least card game for sure. Right? It'll be the most community oriented card game. Let's see. What needs to be checked? Selenis. Right, we need to see their VFX. Right? The MMO of card games. I don't know if I would go that far. Right? I mean, we've got the guild system. I have worked so hard on making a trading system make sense, but I have not figured out a trading system. We've got a crafting system, but I can't see how a trading system works without bankrupting the company. Like, in truth, as much as I would love to have it be a feature, I am still workshopping ways to make it make sense. We've gotten suggestions from so many people and everything, but as of right now, it still just doesn't make perfect sense to have it work that way. I don't know why I did it like this, but okay. Because yeah, there's so many free play ways to get cards. You can get cards from your guild shop. You can get cards from the subset packs. You can get cards from the from shards and crafting. Right? You can't craft every single card. You can craft special runes, but again, that's a free way to obtain cards. Okay, so let's activate all of these in a row. I was not paying attention. He flashes. Did I miss all of them? I missed all of them. We're doing that again. I was not paying attention. Plus, game slows down for a sec after use. Okay, let's try that again. I got distracted by adding a note to the list. Okay, now turn one rolls around. Prep phase. We summon you. We summon. Wait, is Minos a support type? No way. Is Minos actually a support type? Is he a dual type? Oh wow. Are they all dual types? He's a support, so not dual. Is every card in here okay, no. Wait, am I insane? Did I make every card in this deck a support type? I think I did. I think I actually did. Wow, I was on crack when I designed this deck, I guess. But that is still very cool in concept, so I like it. And because they are the guardians of the forest. They're not fighters, they're protectors. I love that. So, Forest Guardian, then Tutelage, then Center Stage, so I can see them back to back. Okay. They are different. A different VFX was used for all three. I don't know if I'm in love with the VFX that's used. We will see, though. We will see. Once they've made it so that the VFX hums consistently and keeps on flashing, then I'll be able to make a decision on what I want to do. But for now, that is good. Let's test the next thing, shall we? So, the next thing on my beautiful chopping block is Lilith, Maiden of the Forest Guard. Let's see what she's saying. Oh, it looks like Ryu still has an issue. Ryu is a pain in the ass, right? Ryu is the most difficult card to code, I guess, in this game, because brother just always has a problem. He's never just okay, right? Ryu is never just fine. There's always something wrong with him. Okay, so we need to put her on the field. We'll put her down with Selenis. She needs 2 counters, so we'll place Forest Guard Startup and 2 other Forest Guard cards. And that should be enough for this test to take place. We go tutelage. Tutelage is live. Movement phase 1 rolls around. We go Forest Guard Startup onto Lilith. Selenis places a counter on Lilith as well, just based on his effect. We do not Woodland. Startup's counter gets placed. Battle phase 1 comes around. The only activatable effect is Woodland. We don't use it. And then we Pixie Dust, and there should be pink VFX that apply to her. Don't chain. These pink VFX. Interesting. Yeah, no, I'll take it. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I think I'm also going to just make Selenis' VFX a green version of that glowing ball. Make Selenis' effect. I'm 56. Right? Please make... So basically, I was trying to make it so that only the Wandering subset used that green glowing that glowing ball VFX. But bro, it looked fine. We're just gonna change the color. Please make Selenis' VFX a green version of that glowing ball VFX. VFX used for Lilith. All right, yeah, the Forest Guard subset is 100% functional. Not a single bug is still on my list. That's a lot. Well, Centaur Sage isn't a bug, right? Centaur Sage, I just don't like the VFX that they've used for the placement of the card on the field. It works exactly the way that it should. Forest Wall is too strong. Forest Wall is giving you something that it shouldn't, but that doesn't stop you from playing the game. If anything, that makes it easier to play the game than it should be. So yeah. I truly believe Ryu is the most powerful card in the game, but without being broken. I used to agree with you. 1,000%. I used to agree with you because he gives you a body of 500 because you can use him for attack and defense and then couple it with the actual Wandering cards. And dude's insane. But that's the thing. Couple it with the Wandering cards and that's insane. Right? Deal with the Wandering cards, and Ryu's still a big guy. But like, let's say you whittle down his attack, and he's just using Kirin each turn for 100 attack. That's not crazy, right? Maybe he's switching around, but again, that's dependent on other Wandering avatars. Do you know what I think may be the most broken card in the game? I'm just gonna pull him up real quick, just to say hello, just pop up. This guy. I truly believe Umbrage the Reaper may be the most broken card in the game. right? Because he is a one-man army. He doesn't need your help. He doesn't need any other support, right? He himself has a body of 300, and his Carnage ability says, when this card declares an attack, after that battle, reset its attack to its original value. This effect can be activated multiple times per turn. This is the only card in the game that by itself can trigger the activation of its own effect over and over again. Every other card can only activate one effect per turn. There are cards that allow you to activate multiple cards a turn. For example, in the Ancient Beast subset, there's a card that is able to use its effect to give another card a second activation. But again, that is two cards relying on each other. Umbridge does it to himself, which means that he is able to swing at you multiple times with 300 attack. Let's say he swings into a Ryu and he does 250 damage. He has 50 attack left. Well, when he swings into the Mraiga next to that Ryu, he will reset back to 300. If he destroys that Mraiga, let's say that Mraiga has a 250 defense as well. Boom, he has just done 500 points of damage, and then he resets to 300 again. Let's say there's a boss Guardian that's also in your defense zone at 150 because of an Orion's Belt effect. He swings into that and then resets itself to 300. He has just done 650 points of damage, and he is still at 300 attack. And he can do this from turn 1. From turn freaking 1. And if you want to get really crazy and give him just one card's worth of support, where is it? Where is it, right? If you want to just give him one card of support. Here, reduce your Nexus gauge by 50 or 100. Increase the original attack of a Reaper avatar you control by the chosen amount. The affected card cannot attack directly, which means that if you use this card on Umbridge, he will swing for 400 attack every single time he swings. Not every single turn. Every single time he swings, it will be for 400, which means that if let's say your opponent has 3 cards lined up for defense, he is coming at you with 1,200 points of damage. You can't tell me he's not insane. You can't. He's the thing that holds him back is I built his deck to be top heavy, which means that if your opponent does manage to take him out, boom, they've won. Right? The deck revolves around his aggression, but this is without a doubt the most aggressive deck in the game. Versatility goes a long way. I mean, fair enough, but if you want, I mean, I've only talked about one of Umbridge's effects. You want versatility? So Umbridge's whole gimmick is that he controls the flow of life and death. So he has the ability to extend his own chain of momentum, and he can stop someone else's. So let's say your opponent put all of their stats into a massive swing, and they want to destroy all of your monsters with one card. After the first swing, Umbridge can use this effect, Catastrophe, to say, no, that's enough. After another card on the field concludes an attack, break its chain of momentum. The chain of momentum is what allows you to attack every single card that is currently defending. So let's say you use Monk. Oh my goodness. There's this insane interaction. The Wandering subset has a card called Wukong Staff. I'm being called. 1 second. Hey, cuz, what's poppin'? So I just have to open the door? I just have to open the door for him? Oh no, I cannot do that. Sorry. I'm streaming. Sorry. Alright. See you soon. Bye-bye. Right. Okay. So, the Reaper came to throw hands and needs no backup in Nexus. No, literally. Like, quite frankly, what the Reaper subset deck is focused around is keeping Umbridge alive, and then that's it. Like, the other cards in the deck throughout the course of the game are trying to, like, put together a strategy that in case he dies, we can try and survive, basically. That's literally their function, where there's a card over here that says, not you, right? She says, Target one Reaper avatar on the field, increase its original attack or defense by 50 with a maximum of 300. The maximum of 300 means that you cannot increase Umbridge's attack. The idea is, over the course of the turn, turn by turn, you are increasing this card's attack. That way, if Umbridge dies, he can sort of take his place, is the hope behind it. But yeah, no, it is fully based around this guy. I'm late because of a work rush, but you have to pay $100 to upload your game. They used to have the Greenlight program where $100 wasn't refunded and only give you a chance to be uploaded. I mean, fair enough. Like, if the time for Steam comes, it'll come. But yeah, it's not at the forefront of my mindset right now. Have the Reapers made next, and we'll put it to the test. The Reapers are being made next, actually. Funny enough, the Ancient Beast and the Reapers. I'm in the process of doing some negotiations and trying to secure some funding. The open beta. I don't want to throw phrases around, not because I can't share it, but because I'm not sure, and I like talking once I'm sure. But there is a strong chance that the open beta is going to be delayed, and that the Reaper subset and Ancient Beast subset are going to be added to the game, so that way we have 4 full working decks at launch of the open beta instead of just 2. We're also going to be adding in some generic subsets potentially. So you will have, I believe it is the Valiant subset, I think the Arias, or is it the Swamp Dwellers? Basically, you have a few minor subsets and 2 more major subsets in the game at launch of the open beta, because 2 decks isn't really enough to retain people's attention. It's not enough for you to explore and see everything that the game has to offer. So if the additional funding can be secured, then yes, we will delay the open beta and put those 2 decks into the game. If the funding cannot be secured by the time that I wanted to do the open beta, then we're just going to do the open beta with the 2 decks that we've got, right? So what prevents the Reapers from being a splashable tech? Their synergy rating. Umbridge the Reaper has a synergy rating of 7, which means that within your deck, there need to be 6 other Reaper cards. So of the 10 cards in your deck, 7 of them have to be Reapers in order for this card to be able to use its effects. If you choose not to have him have his active synergy, yes, he is still a 300 attack beat stick, which is cool, but he costs you 200 life points to summon. If I'm spending 200 life points on you, I would hope that you have your effects, but he won't be able to use them if his synergy requirements have not been met. He would just be a vanilla monster at that point. So no, he's not splashable. Reapers seem like my kind of deck, but it seems like they'll be meta, making them not my kind of deck. So knows I only play anti-meta or rogue. You know, the funny thing is Reapers were not even the best deck, right? In my opinion, when we finished testing, because at the end of testing, we had just broken down a tier 0 format, which was the Ancient Harmonies, right? Ancient Beasts were the best deck in the game because they can combine their whole shtick is they are the tamers of Ancient Beasts, so they can combine with any deck in the game. Basically, they have one of the lowest synergy ratings at 4, right? So you only need 4 of their cards to be able to play with that deck, so it can mix with anything. Almost anything, right? They wouldn't be able to mix with this, for example. Actually, they might. I think they can mix with. Because, for example, yeah, this guy... So, Umbridge has... Because not every card in the deck will have the same synergy rating. He has a synergy rating of 7, but the rest of them have synergy ratings of 6 or below. So, you can actually play Ancient Beast Reapers. I don't think you would want to do that. That sounds kind of stupid to me. He's a 7, right? That sounds kind of stupid to me, but you could, in theory, right? But no, the Reapers were not the best deck because, quite frankly, there's a lot that stops them. Like, on paper, Umbridge sounds insane. He's even got another effect. I only read 2 of them. His last effect is the only targeting. It's the only effect-based destruction currently in the game. When this card is destroyed, target an avatar on the field and destroy it. Remove this card from the game, so that way you can't fish him out of the graveyard to then do this again. But if you use the Ruin effect, boom. You have just also you've fought, and then you fail to beat the last card, and you're like, hey, screw you, and you blow it up anyway, right? So yeah, no, he's a spiteful prick. He is insanely deadly. What was I saying? What was I going to say? Yeah, there's just a lot of ways to stop him because it's a battle-oriented effect, which means that if I can stop you from battling, I never have to worry about that 300 attack. If I can isolate you turn after turn, or if I can fortify the card that you're battling against to stop you from forming a chain of momentum, or any number of things, right? Yeah, it's just it's good. It's great actually as a standalone card. But when you consider the context of, because 20 cards are in a deck, right? As a standalone card, I think he might be the best in the game. But there are 20 cards that go into a deck. Even if it takes me 3 cards to beat you, if my deck overall can muster the force to beat you, like for example, the Ancient Beast subset. I'm pretty sure they have the ability to just bounce him back to the hand. You pay 200 to summon him. They'll just say bye and bounce him back to your hand. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think we nerfed Leonidas to make it so that he can't target rank 3s. Did we? Leonidas, can he still target rank 3s with his effect? Voyage. Tribute a Rider token. Target one avatar on the field. The targeted card is returned to the hand. Yeah, no. He can just bounce any one thing, which means that he can bounce your Reapers, right? And he's one of the cards being added to the game, right? I'm sure you've said this multiple times, and I apologize if I'm asking you to repeat yourself, but is it going to be a gacha game? Will we have every most cards from the start? In the open beta, you will have access to every card, and the open beta will have starter decks that allow you to just have a pre-built deck, or you can just come to the shop and push the button that gives you all the working cards, because the idea is you guys are testing it, right? You're testing the game in the open beta. When the actual game is out, it will be a gacha game. There will be different ways to get cards. Like, for example, if I wanted to open this pack, I get to see what's inside of it. You get one subset pack every single day. It's on a timer, as you can see here, right? And every single day, you get to see what's in here and decide if you want to buy this pack before you spend the money on it. You've got the general card pool, which I think is decently generous, right? I've gotten a random UR off of that pull. Let's actually just skip this, right? I think the UR that I got is you. You are not a UR. Okay, I don't know. Oh, Selenis. Selenis is the UR that I got. That's fitting. That's reasonable. But yeah, and then you can craft cards, only specific cards, and so on and so forth. Right? I think it's definitely a good idea to add more subsets, especially ones with smaller synergy ratings so people can play around with deck building. Yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea, is to just make it a bit more versatile to make it easier to hook players. We happen to choose the 2 highest synergy rating subsets to add first. That's more because of lore and like canonicity, but Ancient Beasts being added is very good. In fact, I think, no, I remember. So we're adding, if I get the funding, we're going to add Ancient Beasts. We're going to add Daemons, because Daemons are crazy. We're going to add Valiants, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to get confused. Okay, I'm just not going to say. I won't say till later so I don't say the wrong thing, because I don't remember off the top of my head what cards are put on the list. But yeah, it's a healthy amount. It's a healthy amount. Yeah, I like sub archetypes, basically. Like how Dark Magician has the Food Magician girls, basically that is how it works. Agri Select says push back the beta if you can add 2 more sets. Yeah, that would be I feel like that would be a good course of action to take, right? Oh, we got a bit sidetracked there, but let's see what else. I'm getting sidetracked because I know that this is a solid build. Like, so far, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 complaints, and I think 2 of them are just cosmetic. Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah, 2 of them are just cosmetic, right? Gotta go. My food's almost done, and I gotta go back to shiny hunting. Hey, good luck. I hope you get the shiny that you want. May the shiny odds be ever in your favor. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I wanted to ask, for curiosity's sake, when the game comes out, are you going to start from 0 or give yourself every card to bling out and flex? In the open beta, everyone's gonna have every card, but you will only be able to unlock the standard versions of the cards, right? So if I come down here and I push working cards and come over here, it only unlocks the standard rarities, right? So if I want to get the higher tier versions, I'm gonna have to pull for them just like everyone else in the open beta, and then obviously on the actual release of the game. I'll have a developer account that allows me to test things, but in terms of my actual player account, no, because I want to be able to see what the actual player experience is like. So I'm just gonna have a regular player account. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty standard. I'm putting in systems to like have a sort of progression system in the open beta where it's like, okay, if you log in daily, you get this amount of sigils. If you win games, you get this amount of sigils, and then you can use that to buy cosmetics from the shop and so on and so forth. Because the ability to purchase sigils from the shop, like we can right now, I can just come down here for completely free and buy as many sigils as I want. That's going to change in the open beta. So you won't be able to just buy them endlessly. You get them by winning games, so that way there's an actual incentive to win games and play and then test and so on and so forth. Okay. When you are in an effect window that contains text overhead, you cannot access the rest of the game board. Okay, let's test that real quick. And I've already tested this actually. So we need a card effect that has text in it. We need a card effect that has text. I think the freeze rune has text in it, so let's check that. We'll use that for this. Deck editor. Tutorial. Yeah, let's go with the freeze rune. I think I am going to have to ask them to put text on all of the effects. That way it's just easier for everyone to follow along. So I think that is one thing that I'm going to have on this list for tonight. And we literally just need freeze on the field alongside any card. So let's say Ryu. Right? End. Wave start rolls around. I want to freeze. Nope, this is still a bug. This is still not working. Yeah, what's my time code? It is 1:15. 1:15. The text issue is still a problem. Okay, all right. Let's change that Dragon Dance just for the fun of it, see what happens. Right? Oh, shoot, yeah. Nope, that should not have been possible. I am cleansed, so it should not be possible for me to be frozen. 1:16. I am cleansed, so it should not be possible to also be isolated. Okay, let's see here. What else needs to be looked at? So the Windows thing is still an issue. And apparently Ryu being used with Switch is also, like, that is just my forever problem. I mean, God forbid, I don't want it to be. Let's put you over here. Let's put you over here. Let's put you over here. And end. Right? But Switch is just the most headache-inducing thing. So, I guess we can play normally. Let's activate Monkey King. We'll protect. Please select the card to protect. Does this work? Yeah, no, I can't access the menu behind it. Please select the card to protect. Let's protect Wukong. Ryu will protect him. Don't activate anything. Okay. Movement phase one rolls around. I can switch with Ryu and put you where Torsion is. Don't chain. Battle phase 1, game did not freeze. Can confirm, game did not freeze. Movement phase 2. Okay, no, this is good. This is good. This is good so far. There was an issue with Ryu freezing when Zodiac Barrier was in the situation, so that's no longer a thing. Huh? Has that always been a thing where you can see the ball for the effect in other screens? I thought they specifically didn't do that. Okay. Let's try switching with the Phoenix and then tributing the Phoenix because the effect should just fizzle out and nothing should happen in that situation. But we'll see. Draw. Preparation phase rolls around. Yeah, no, I am happy with this. Wait, Sluxus, did you say you wanted to download a build and run a game? After I've tested this, let's. Right, let's play one. Let me send you the link to this APK. Copy. Copy. Yeah, and I'll just put it in the TGN chat. Paste. We're waiting for my opponent to do a thing at Soluxus. Okay, and wave start. Not going to activate anything. Movement phase 1 should roll around. And we switch with the Phoenix. And then the Phoenix tributes itself in order to boost the attack of, hell, let's say Ryu. Let's make it real confusing. Ryu should get a 200 attack boost and lose 50 attack. Switch should just fizzle out because there's no more target for it. Beautiful. Okay, good. I'm ready to throw the hands of a lifetime. Let's do it. All right? Because obviously me testing effects as a one-off thing is a great way to find bugs, but an even better way to find bugs is to just play the game, right? Is to just play the game. Let me actually, now that I can build a Forest Guard deck, let me build a Forest Guard deck. Let me make sure I'm playing something that I like the look of. I don't want you in my starting hand. Ooh, this is tricky. I love it. I think I want you. Oh my goodness, this is hard. This is really difficult. Who do I want in my starting hand? Shoot! Oh my god! You can play Wandering. I'll play Forest Guard. Because I want you. I guess I'm biased in that since I know you're playing Wandering, I know that Kalpa Banyan isn't as effective because you have Ryu, which is a 250/250. So I guess that unfair edge helps me a little bit in a situation where I was truly building blind. Bro, I think I would just be terrified. Let's go Dryad. What do you mean you won't put Ryu in your deck? Why wouldn't you put Ryu in the deck? Let's go Dryad and just go try and just do crazy extensions. Woodland will be helpful. Emergence, of course, we need. Now that Wall is useful. Oh, this is so sick. This is so sick. Let's do it. Forest Gang attack version. I'm ready when you are, my friend. Right? I didn't even realize that my music had stopped playing. The playlist that I had played fizzled out. And my mousepad is not working that well. This game is almost over anyway. It doesn't really matter that much. Am I able to... I don't remember if we actually fixed this not working that well. Let me see here. Oh, but it's also coming through the phone. If I put this volume down, will it still come through? I think it does. Beautiful. And I don't think that's too loud. Shoot, I didn't actually play. I was too focused. I'm so excited. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, Mr. I'm not playing Ryu. Okay, if you say so. Thanks. Thanks for your honesty, friend. But yeah, no, come at me with whatever you want, bro. Hit me with your best shot. I don't think I'm afraid of this board. Don't forget to end the declaration phase. Right? Wave start rolls around. Damn it, I have turn priority. Okay. Tutelage first. He'll probably go Monkey King here. Yep, Monkey King hits. I think I leave it. Right? Do something if you want to do something. If you want to do something, do it. But I'm going to leave it like this. He has to Dragon Dance. Of course, he has to Dragon Dance here. And if he's Dragon Dancing... Ooh. If he's Dragon Dancing... I think I'm Danger Beasting. Danger Beast should boost me up to a healthy amount. And then I am also incinerating. Am I that greedy? I think I am. I think that 50 attack. That was stupid. That was really dumb. That was a dumb thing. That was a dumb boy thing to do. That was not necessary. Oh! Sick! Wandering Gaze. Wandering Gaze says, when a wandering avatar is targeted by a card effect, make it target a different wandering avatar so he protects the Ryu and shifts the Incinerate. Wait, you still targeted Ryu? Why did you still choose to Incinerate Ryu? Oh, because now we're tied for attack. Is that why? Is that why you've done what you've done? Movement phase 1 rolls around. Let us Forest Guard start up. Onto Selenis. Tutelage will then place a forest counter for me on this. Phoenix was a target for Gaze. Okay, I'm going to note that down. 126. My opponent used... Oh, don't use this. My opponent used Gaze to target... That would have been a clutch play. Phoenix, but the effect failed to change the target of their attack. Okay. Now, I'll be swinging first, and I'm going to say yes to this. What do you got? Let's go! What? Why am I still alive? Why the hell am I still alive? 127. Let's force Labyrinth to protect ourselves. I messed up. I have made an error. Forest Labyrinth will remove a counter from you. 127. Why was entity not destroyed? And yes, we attack directly for 150. You have an effect? No, entity is still there on my field. On my field, it's saying that entity is still there with 0 attack. Oh, Rite of Ashes. Of course, that's the effect that you have. Why are you using Rite of Ashes now, though? Oh, to fish Ryu out of the graveyard. That's sick. That's sick. Whoa. Oh, I ran out of time. I must have run out of time. What's happening? Wait, what? Wait, what is happening? What just happened? Okay, no. We've got broken things going on. What? I have no idea what the hell just happened. I think I ran out of time on my effect timer, but then everything broke. Right? 128. Just everything broke there. Broke. There was a double Phoenix activation. Double Phoenix activation. There was double Phoenix. Oh, you sent me a screenshot. Okay, so on your screen, Ryu is still alive. There's a double Phoenix activation, so you're at 250. Yeah, no, it's completely broken. Opponent's Ryu was also not destroyed. Okay, I'm very glad that we played that game. Yeah, Phoenix went off twice. What else went wrong there? My Selenis menus bugged out. Maybe because I was out of time. I don't know if I ran out of time there, but if it's because maybe I ran out of time while the effect. You were basically midway through your effect, because how it works is you activate an effect. You activate the effect of a rune. I get the ability to place a forest counter on. But I think I ran out of time while I was supposed to be placing a forest counter on, which confused the activation of Wandering Anim, which then confused the activation of the Wandering Phoenix, if I had to guess. I put it down on my screen. What's it called? Entity was not destroyed. Opponent Ryu was not destroyed. Opposite. I'll put down opposite cards destroyed on either end. Right? Yeah, that was messy. But it was fun. That was messy, but it was fun. So let me think. What are the things that didn't work there? Gaze didn't work. Gaze didn't work to ignite the Phoenix instead of Ryu. Entity wasn't destroyed. And then me running out of time and everything breaking at the end. Should we try the exact same thing again to check for consistency? I don't want to, but I know that we should. The problem is, checking for consistency there's so many things happened in that playtest. Like, to do every single thing the same way would be very difficult. I mean, I'm pretty sure I went Selenis. I went Selenis, Minos, Entity. And I went Ignite, Startup, and Wall. But, like, I don't remember when I used what, for example. Or in what order. Like, even the placement is probably different on my field. We end. Alright. We end the declaration phase. And this time you have turn priority, so already it's a little bit different. Monkey King, I go tutelage. Goes back to you. Dragon Dance, and I think I incinerated you at this point because I'm greedy. And then you Wandering Gazed. Gaze should have shifted the thing to Phoenix. And I also Danger Beast in this chain. I Danger Beast in this chain. But I think I've already done it wrong. I think I've already done it wrong. Because, yeah, there's more cards on the field. There were 2 cards on the field that shouldn't have been there the last time. Tutelage is active. Monkey King is active. We go movement phase 1 and 2. I activated startup at this point. Put a counter here. And then a counter was generated, and I'm pretty sure I put that on Minos. You see the problem? Ryu has 350 attack on your end. 350 defense on your end. What do you mean? Yeah, on my end he's got yeah, he's got the stats of someone who had been burned. Don't activate that. Battle phase 2 rolls around. I attack. Oh, Ryu on your end has 350. So on your end, it isn't being ignited. Okay, all right, cool. That's good to know. So on my opponent's screen, he has 250. On my screen, he has 350. On my screen, he has 300, which means that on your screen, he just wasn't ignited. Yes, we attack. And I'm bigger this time, so I should just kill you. Be left with 100. Yep, that's correct. Then your guy should go. I used the ability of Minos to stop that last time. It looks like Wandering Gaze made both cards incinerated. Oh. I mean, I stopped that with the Labyrinth. I took the counter off of Minos. Rite of Ashes is activated here. I'm going to leave that be. Wandering Anim. I think the attack had happened already when you did that, but am I wrong? I don't actually remember. Anim returns that card back to your hand. Ashes boosts you up. Labyrinth negates the attack. And then I attack you directly for 150. This time it worked perfectly other than Gaze. Gaze was still broken. Right? Gaze was still broken. So it looks like it... let's destroy Silenus, and then Forest Wall should protect him. Okay, so this is how testing everything worked properly on my end. There are just some inconsistencies with what you saw. And I think that's all down to Wandering Gaze. 134... Gaze causing my opponent and I to see different things and desync. But at least this time the desync isn't as bad, probably because Ryu and Entity weren't tied this time around, which smoothed things out if I had to guess. Let's go 1, 2, 3, and let's go 1, 2, and end there. And now it's time to just try and generate some advantage, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right? I mess with this heavily. Heavily I mess with this. Oh, right, yeah, you fished Ryu out of the graveyard. You're low on life, though. Damn. Damn, you're low on life. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm happy with that. I'll take that. You're going to have to Orion... Ooh, and you get priority, which I like. I didn't want to go first. Orion's Belt, you're forced to activate that. We are going to go Tutelage, obviously. Dragon Dance, really? You coward. Okay, that changes everything, actually. I did not think that that's what you were going to do. Okay, yeah, sure. Sure. Zodiac Spear. Let's Danger Beast. Let's Danger Beast to boost by 150. And leave it at that. Zodiac Spear onto him to negate the effects of the cards that you battle, but you're not going to battle a card that I'm worried about. Right? You're not battling anyone who I'm afraid. Oh, you are big. Oh, you are big. Okay. Okay. This is bad. This is pretty bad. Damn. Let's Nature's Forge. Let's Nature's Forge. And let's freeze. But the card that I'm going to freeze is Minos so that he doesn't try and attack you, so that he doesn't have to die. And let's place the forest counter on him, since we know for a fact that Minos will survive. Yeah, we don't need to do that. So freeze activates, Nature's Forge activates. We've got 2 forest counters to play around with. Don't activate anything. Huh. We Forest Labyrinth to stop that attack going through. Remove a counter from Forge, since, you know, he'll get it back later. That prevents Wukong from killing Selenis right now. We are forced to attack with Entity, unfortunately, so let's take out Mraiga. And then just do a little bit of damage to Ryu. Oh, I'm so sad, my boy! My boy! No! Oh, and I've wasted Emergence! No, everything is going wrong. What? Wait, what? Why am I not dead? Entity is not dying. Why is Entity immortal? Why is Entity immortal? Oh, and I'm out of effect time. Okay. Remove all forest counters. Entity is dead for you. Okay, so 140. Entity did not die on my end, but did for my opponent. I think so. That means I think it's an issue with Danger Beast. I think it's an issue with the Danger Beast ability. Yeah, Danger Beast appears to be what's causing that discrepancy. Shoot, I'm scared. Yeah, on my field, Entity is alive, and he's got 150 attack again. He is 100% certified, ready to beat your ass. Let's put this on the field and end. That being said, I am stuck. I am very much heavily stuck. I don't know what to do. Not enough runes are being activated, or just you having the ability to activate your runes in an order that is not favorable to me is a problem. And yes, I might win on life here, but it's only turn 3. The wave starts and I'm scared. Honestly, Minos is the GOAT here. Oh, you suck. See, it's letting me activate Danger Beast. I have a feeling that if I do activate Danger Beast, it'll break the game, so I don't want to. Seluxus, why don't you want me to be happy? Why can't I just... Why can't I just live life comfortably here? Venom Pulse already? Who are you? Who the hell are you Venom Pulsing? What is Venom Pulse for in this situation? Is that on Minos? To protect Ryu? Why the hell are you protecting Ryu? I mean, I guess that protects me. I'm not mad about that. But also, I think the game is about to crash because of the desync. Because I'm going to have two cards trying to attack you this turn. One of which should not be there. So I think we're about to see the after effects of the desync. Center stage. Okay, think so. If I go hibernation, that causes a counter to be placed. I'll place it on you. Okay. What is this? What just happened? I have no idea what just happened. What does Encore say? Encore says, remove a forest counter from a card. Let's try this. We'll take a forest counter off. Don't chain. Yeah, on my screen, I was just able to use Encore. What did you see? Entity is alive and well for me. I have made a mistake. I have made a significant error. And I think I will die for it now. We've got one more turn of Silenus activity. I will give us one more turn of Silenus-based shenanigans. And now Minos dies. What? Oh, wait, no, Minos survived. Entity didn't even try and attack here. Entity did not even try to attack. Let's activate Incinerate, which I stole from you, onto Ryu, who is going to lose a significant amount here because he is not in a position to be cleansed. We'll put that on Dryad, and then we will Emerald Sprout to get ourselves back Forest Guard startup. Yeah, confirm. Don't chain. That resolves backwards. Sick. We have a little bit of card advantage. Maybe we can have this take us like the whole way. Although that feels weird. I shouldn't have been able to make that play. I should have been dead. Actually. I shouldn't have done that. I apologize. Because Entity should not have been alive at that point. We swing into... Wait, what? What did I just do? Why didn't you die? Why didn't Kalpa Banyan die? Okay, Kalpa Banyan didn't die either. So that means it's not... I don't have any forest counters. So, yeah. Kalpa Banyan at 146 did not die either. Kalpa Banyan did not die here. So that disqualifies Danger Beast. Maybe the Forest Guard cards are just immortal. Right? Maybe the Forest Guard cards are just immortal. I think I can go the distance here. Hey, wait a minute. I think I can do something. I'm not going to use any cards that shouldn't be on the field. You are not helpful to me, so I'm going to keep you in my hand. I'm not going to waste the life points to summon you. All right? Because this is turn 4 now. I just have to survive turn 4, 5, and 6, and I win. I just have to not let you kill me. That seems easy enough. Nope, I'm dead. Oh, it was fun while it lasted. Hey, thanks for the memories. Thanks for the memories, bro. Thank you for that. Wait, hold on. You are nearly dead. You can't summon anymore. This is your final push. This is legitimately your final push. Shoot. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Is there anything that's still in my resource deck that I wouldn't have used yet? Deck list. What runes are in my resource deck? Card exchange won't help me. Exorcism won't help me. So there is no point in trying to use that ability. So we'll go tutelage first, of course. We go tutelage first. Freeze. Freeze onto who? Freeze onto who? Minos. Okay, so Minos just isn't gonna get to fight, it looks like. Yeah, I guess we just leave it. Yeah, I guess we just leave it for the time being. No! 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 This whole strategy is based on non-aggression. Go away. I'm only alive because you haven't been able to attack me yet. Shoot. Okay. Okay, stay calm, Saul. You got this. Minos is the MVP of this deck. Selenis and Minos together, unstoppable tag team. The stats on these guys, insane. Did you just target Ryu with that effect? Why? Why did you... What? Are you insane? Are you on crack, my dude? Why would you do that? We'll put a force counter on Minos. Minos is our MVP. Minos is our Steph Curry. We put the second counter on Minos. He's our MVP. He's our Steph Curry, like I said. We go center stage on you. And we go... I did it wrong. I didn't want to do that. I'm a silly, silly boy. I'm sorry. Me. One over there. You get big. Oof! You're a big guy. Hey now! Hey! That is a big guy. Are you making me intangible? Shoot. Yeah, you're gonna pass right through me. Oh no. Hey! Wait! That is No, that's sick. That is sick. Yeah, and because that was the first battle of the turn, I can't be protected. Why are you attacking him? I'm in trouble. Wait, what? What is happening? Yeah, no, he's dead. He's dead on my screen. Movement phase 2 rolls around and you guys just go past. Why did he not go through? What? Why did Ryu not continue his movement? Okay, we need to put a timer on that. We have to... Why is Force Labyrinth activatable? That should not have been activatable there. Okay, so two things happened there. And why did your chain of momentum not carry you into Selenis? Okay. We destroy Selenis here. It's a desync thing? Okay, 150, let's say 151. Ryu did not move when he should have. He did for my opponent. Plus, no chain of momentum formed when it should have been. Okay. And why am I still void? What? Why am I still void? Why the hell am I still void? I'm going to put this down here. And why has Ryu's attack stat disappeared? Why am I still void? Why has Ryu's attack stat disappeared? 153. 53. Why am I still void? And why has Ryu's attack stat disappeared? Okay, so we found bugs. End the declaration phase. So you should not be able to move Ryu past the forest guard boy. What's his name again? You shouldn't be able to get past Goblin Forge here. Yeah, I would have had you if everything was synced up and I was able to attack you last turn. Wait, how? I have 600 life points, brother. I have 600 life points. Because what should have happened was you attack with Ryu, you turn me intangible, which did work. Then Twersion should have been able to advance. Wait, no, yeah, you wouldn't have been able to attack directly. Ryu wouldn't have been able to attack directly there in that situation. Battle phase 1 comes around because Ryu has used his one attack in the process of making me intangible. This is gonna hurt. This is going to hurt, and I hate it here. I want to go home. This card is such a pain in the ass. What? Why did the battle stop? What the hell? What? Why? What? 155. Okay, so just everything in this is going wrong. 155. My opponent. I think we are just desynced. Desynced. Selenus isn't even on the field anymore. I never activated tutelage. Attacked directly. When I almost don't even want to bother recording this because I know it's down to desync, but still, my opponent attacked directly when I still had a monster plus Selenus's message appeared at the end with no tutelage activation. You know what? But see, here's the thing, because I didn't even get a chance to attack last turn. Had I gotten a chance to attack last turn, I would have killed Ryu. So I feel like the desync is working, but the desync is working actively against me here. Because yes, you would have gotten through my Goblin Forge. Oh, he's back to normal now. That's nice. Yeah, there shouldn't be anything that you can do to kill me this turn. I should just win. It should be physically impossible. It should quite literally be physically impossible for me to lose this turn unless this game is broken garbage. Unless... Why are you still summoning cards? You've already... Brother, it's turn 6. It's turn 6. Why are you still summoning cards? And then if you end... Then yeah, a lot of things broke. We did get through a full game. I wish we hadn't desynced, and I think the desync all started because of Entity. It's literally all Entity's fault. But hey, it is what it is. Kieran activates. That makes sense. Like, yeah, Entity is still saying that he's on the field. He's the problem. He's the cause of all of this, right? We Nature's Forge. We don't do anything else. Entity is a new Twersion, basically. He just said, you know what? I know you designed rules for this game, but screw all that. Screw all that. I'm gonna do my own thing, is what he said. Right? You attack me with Ryu here. The attack goes through. You're left with 50, but that doesn't do anything to me. don't do a thing. You never use Zodiac Barrier. Why are you wild roaring? You are already going to. Oh, nah. Minos is the MVP. Minos is the MVP. What are you even talking about? What are you even talking about right now? Wild Roar should still destroy you here. Oh, okay. I don't know if that's down to desync or if it's down to a bug. I'm gonna record that. Forest Labyrinth negated the attack. Wild Roar still should have destroyed you. Labyrinth negated the attack, but Roar still should have destroyed. We'll call that 158 00. And have we finally frozen after all that desync? After all that desync, have we finally frozen? I think we have. The game finally froze on turn 6. I'm actually glad with all of that desync, the game managed to keep on pushing for that long. Respect. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, we finally, and you know what's crazy? It's Minos finally getting a chance to attack that finally broke the game, right? You've stopped him from attacking for like the last 2 or 3 turns, but I also think that since Minos on my screen is in a stack with 2 cards that should not be on the field, a card in that stack trying to attack is probably what triggered the game to be like, oh wait, there's things happening here that shouldn't be happening. We need to shut this down, right? So we've got desync issues with Entity. We know that now, which is good. Knowing is half the battle. Entity is functionally immortal, as is Kalpa Banyan, apparently. Or actually, maybe Kalpa Banyan only had an issue because Entity already had the issue, which makes sense because Entity's effect says, at the end of the turn, no matter what, return his stats to 150. So it would make sense that there would be a bug in the game that keeps him on the field even when he should have died, specifically in order to return him to 150 on the next turn, at least on the player's screen. So I can completely understand where that bug came from. It's not the kind of thing that confuses me or upsets me at all. It makes sense given what I told them to do. It's just incorrect. So we'll have to look at that. Okay, that was Seluxus. That was a fun game. I actually I'm excited. That was a really fun game. I enjoyed trying to outsmart you, even with the desync issues. I enjoyed trying to okay, what do I do? Do I just play for life or do I try and actually kill him? Okay, realizing how good Forest Labyrinth was on the fly. Like literally, I think I used Forest Labyrinth every single turn. I think. Oh no, absolutely. I think playtesting needs to be a thing in every dev stream just to see, because you are right. It identifies problems that you just wouldn't find pushing buttons and playing around in a more smooth set. Overall, things look quite smooth. Yeah, to be honest, that ran really smooth. Yes, we had desync, but that was a full-on game of Nexus. We have to figure out the issues with Entity, but I think once that's done. Brother, that was sick. That was so good. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I think we call it there. I think I'm going to call it there. So I can actually compile the feedback. That way they can spend tomorrow trying to address it. And tomorrow doesn't go to waste. So I need to get all of that done tonight. It's already 9:40 actually. But thank you for the games. Thank you guys for stopping by the stream to see what we had going on over here. We're looking good. We're in good standing, my friends. We are in good standing. We'll see what funding looks like to see if we're able to get the Ancient Beasts and the Reapers done as well before we hit open beta. And we take it from there. There is, that's it. That's it, right? Thank you for the time this evening, and I will catch you guys later. Have a good one. I will most likely there probably won't be a build tomorrow, so I'll most likely see you guys on Sunday if I'm able to do a server set stream, right? Take care.